America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot.
We're losing our democracy!
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Wake up!
Before we get into that, let's get into this. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Liberty Bowl. Wow, I'm surprised that actually played smoothly for me this time. I think that's the first time that's ever happened, man. Maybe Rumble's updating some of their shit. Who knows? But yeah, welcome to the Liberty Bowl, guys. It is, of course, live stream Friday. Joining me, as always, is my co-host Liberty Swine. How you doing this week, man?
Doing good, man. A little sunburnt, but enjoying life. Other than that, how about yourself?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Yeah, I have to still riding out the wave of the cool breeze every now and then. But all right, man. So we got quite a bit going on. Of course, we did miss last week. I hope you guys all had a great Easter. Hope you guys all had a great 420. Hope you guys all had a great time. So later on, we'll be kind of touching back up on what's going on with last week, as well as some stuff from this week. But of course, the breaking news of the night, and of course the title of the show, Virginia Giuffre did not Epstein herself. At least I don't know. Again, I don't know. It's breaking news, but essentially, a well-known Epstein survivor has apparently unalived herself after what was it, back at the beginning of April, I believe. She was hit by a bus and survived that, and then later, a couple weeks later, decided that she was going to unalive herself. So of course, with everything swirling around Epstein, of course Epstein and somebody has become a popular phrase in recent political news. So yeah, it raises a whole lot of questions, man. Real quick, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, of course, you want to jump to the conclusion, right? She was Arkansas-sided, man, but you can't, you never know, right? I mean, the unalive rate in this country's pretty high. This chick's had obviously a troubled past. I mean, she was passed around obviously for most of her teen years or what have you, and was pretty traumatized. And apparently she's separated from her kids. I mean, I've read different things, and but at the same time, who knows? Very well, possibly because of current political situation, excluding Pam Bondi, of course. Maybe information will end up coming out. Who knows? You got cash posting. Just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean it's not happening. So I don't know.
Right. So yeah, dude, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the FBI looks into it, because I believe it did take place in Australia. I could be mistaken. I'm actually gonna fact check that right now, but I do believe it actually did. Actually have the news article pulled up right here. Virginia Giuffre, age 41, died by unaliving in Negerby, Australia, as confirmed by her family. So yeah, she died in Australia. So that's really gonna kind of throw a wrench in the gears of Cash Patel and Bongino, Pam Bondi, and the lot.
Yeah, as far as any investigation into her situation, yeah, I mean that's kind of the end of that, pretty much. I mean, she was one of the only people, not only like you said, a survivor, but unknown, participant or victim, and was willing to come forward.
So. Right. So of course, the whole thing does raise a whole new can of worms in the concept of politics, of course, because one very, very, very big disappointment that has come from the Trump administration thus far has been the Epstein files. We're getting them all unredacted, and there's not going to be no black markers on none of it. You guys are getting everything.
They're on my desk right now.
Right. Yeah. I have the files on my desk right now. Like, it's a fucking warehouse full of files, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you don't have all that sitting on your desk right now. Like, so of course that was a huge nothing burger and has remained pretty much on the back burner, not even
Dude,
on the back
one of the
burner.
best parts of that though, most comical was the it's on my desk, and then they have the whole like influencer fucking charade,
Right.
and then when everyone calls her on this the shit that was released that day, most of it was already released previously, and she's like, oh, I didn't know there was a bunch of missing information. Like this says nothing. Like what the
Right.
you know what I mean? What do you mean you didn't know, man?
Yeah. 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 Fucking, that's the thing that's raising a lot of questions though. Why? Why is the most transparent administration? And again, we're Trump supporters, obviously. We've been Trump supporters for some time. But again, at the same time, we're not idiots. We're still going to question things that sound fishy. And one of these things is not panning out. It's not passing the smell test. Of course, like I said, slow rolls that. Um, Conveniently, that died in Australia. A place that's obviously far left wing, doesn't probably not going to communicate. Give much information to the American public, to if anything. Um, and the thing that the lefties are all pointing out is very convenient. It's happening again under the Trump administration. Um, so I mean, of course, those are some questions that we're going to have to, I guess, kind of tackle here. What's it? Like I say, it does seem rather coincidental, and this does seem to be kind of like the I don't know, the do not touch thing within this administration, which is again very disappointing. Not trying to say that there's any particular reason, because I don't know anything, but nonetheless, it's going to raise up quite a few questions among the leftocrats this next
Yeah, I
week.
mean, possibly. I mean, they got enough on their plate. You know what I'm saying? From one thing to
Mm-hmm.
the next, right? And obviously, the current thing is the meltdown over the judicial fucking battle, right? But you look at this from both sides. Like you said, obviously, I voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? 3 fucking times. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I'm calling it right now. Like it's been 5 weeks. Like they're all fucked. It's not
Right.
nothing like that. But at the same time, this has been 10 years in the making. I mean, and a lot of these things were pointed out during like, the campaigns, during, the podcast appearances, so on and so on. Not just by Trump, but by Cash. Obviously, Bongino based, his entire fucking online persona off of exposing this shit, or at least bringing it to light, right? And you'd think that they would be a little more fast on their feet, as far as like you see Trump, he's hammering away, but the other people seem to be moving at a snail's pace, which is Republican fucking modus operandi, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you have the whole, well, they got to make sure it's going to stick. They just don't want to jump forward with it. They want to have a mountain of evidence, but again, previous speeches and so forth said that kind of, isn't the evidence already there, man?
Right.
Just
Right.
declassify this shit. Just roll it out, like
Yep. Like I said, I mean, it would seem so easy, but I mean, how much did we end up getting from the JFK files? Did anything new come from those?
not much, man. I mean, of course, you got different people that jump to different conclusions as far as this corroborates the CIA did it, but I mean, it still just leaves you, we really
Right.
don't. We'll never know what's going to happen, dude.
Right.
Absolutely not.
It really is kind of a damper on the parade. You know what I mean? Like I say, I mean, that was the one thing. Like I said, that was the one thing I was pretty adamant on is going to make this administration, stick. Is like drop the fucking receipts, give us the files, like that. Fucking give us something. Like of course we already knew Trump's policies were going to be Trump's policies, and they're going to work out the way that they've been working out. But yeah, that was the kind of the big thing. It's just like you're an outsider. You haven't been fucking part of all the corruption shit like that. Fucking expose it all. Fucking expose all the bullshit going on. Expose everything. And again, still very early into the administration. Still plenty of time to do so. But yeah, like I say, the Epstein thing. That's kind of a big one.
Absolutely, man. And especially again, you got Bondi making a daily appearance on Fox News and has spoke on it on multiple occasions, and then put on the whole, again, the facade of we're releasing it to influencers so everyone gets to look at it. You know,
Right. Right. You're like, honestly, I would have rather you guys just said nothing. And then we just kind of like, oh man, I wonder when they're going to release those Epstein files, like, I don't know. But then again, it could also be strategic timing too. It's early in the administration. One thing that we know for sure, Democrats are going to pounce on this one. I mean, like I said, that's, like these are the types of things that we're going to have to, be looking for answers for within this next probably fucking month or two, because you know how the fucking the lamestream fucking leftist propaganda media do. They just recycle the same shit fucking constantly for the next couple of months until they find something new to pivot to. But pretty sure this is going to be it for a little while. Like I say, it's one of those things that they know there's not going to be an answer to. I mean, it's like I say, it's one of those fucking things that they could just run in circles and circles, because they know that there's never going to be an actual definitive, like, yeah, well, here, check this out.
yeah, and like you said, they're going to associate it with Trump because there's pictures of him, and he flew on it, rented his plane once. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Um, they totally skim over the fact that he had him banned from his club, and at Mar-a-Lago he wasn't allowed to come in that bitch. And Trump was one of the only high-profile people that was willing to testify against that dude in court over some shit like 30 years ago, man.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, nonetheless, like I say, politically, the optics are going to look bad. But again, like I say, it's very, very early. We shit fucking Bongino and fucking Cash Patel could, send out Pam Bondi next week and like, oh, so we've actually found out what's going on with this whole case and shit. You never know. Like I said, it's still very early into the administration. You'd like to see a lot more, of the promises of transparency coming out, but at the same time, you also got to appreciate what you did get. Of course, there's the whole USAID exposing shit like that. A lot of the stuff that Doge has uncovered. There's been quite a few things. There's some of the obviously the immigration stuff you got to be happy about. Just some of the investigations that the FBI has been opening up. We're already starting to see judge heads rolling. But of course, that's from their own making. It's not necessarily like it's anything. Like they dug any deep investigations. They literally fucking found them with illegal immigrants at their home, and another one trying to mislead the FBI as they were going to pick up an immigrant from the courtroom.
Not no, this chick literally had the dude and his attorney rush out the bailiff door, like you know what I mean, like the little secret chamber door
Right.
behind the fucking judge's desk, and they ended up having to chase him down and caught him on foot. But yeah, it was like fucking people under the stairs in the courtroom there for Miguel and them. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, obvious fucking crime, man. These people are so seditious, and what's even worse is you have your so-called representatives using your fucking tax dollars to fly around the world, going down to El Salvador and back repeatedly, or going down there and living off your shit. Like, I'm not coming home until they release that guy. I mean, dude, like, when does that become, beyond taxation without representation, right? I
Right.
mean, like, dude, especially, one of those reps are from here in Arizona. So, I mean, you and I are paying for that, man.
Right. Yep. Fucking there's a whole bunch of shit we're fucking paying for down here in Arizona.
Hmm.
But yeah, so at least like I say, we're starting to see some good stuff from the FBI. So I mean, there was of course, let's talk about these two judges a little bit. So the one that we were just talking about, her name is Hannah Dugan or Duggan. I'm pretty sure it's probably Dugan, but yeah, I guess she was from what was it, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep. So there you go. She got busted for that. And then the other one is actually a husband and wife, Juan and Nancy Cano or something, Cano, from New Mexico. Apparently, what didn't he step down like couple months ago or something like that?
No, it was just like days ago, man.
Oh,
And you know what I mean? Like right when the shit, was popping off, the dude resigned. And that's why now, they keep referring to it as former judge was arrested as if it wasn't
mm,
a big deal. Like, he wasn't on the law. Like, no, he was a judge when he was doing this shit. You know what I mean?
yep. Yeah, so apparently he and his wife and what was it, their daughter was banging some fucking Trendy or Agua dude. Um, apparently they had pictures of him with fucking guns, things like that.
Yeah, and then they raided the daughter's house where they stored the firearms, you know what I mean?
Yep, fucking took all their guns. I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck in that case. These people are fucking scumbags. But yeah. So when fucking raided them, then raided the parents' house where apparently um I don't know. I'm not too sure about the full details, but apparently raided both Juan and Nancy, and then yeah. So now they're looking at some legal battles here.
I mean, it's good to see, but like you said, of their own making. But all this judicial fucking sedition is of their own making, man. And all of them have connections, like their spouses or the head of this NGO or involved in this fucking pact or I mean, like even like Juan Merchant, his daughter. I mean, her firm represented Adam Schiff and Camel Toes. I mean, all these judges have these Democrat connections. Their donation records are public access, like they donate to Act Blue and different Democrat fucking organizations. I mean, you just keep going. I mean, it's an obvious a judicial coup. And like you were saying, you got to be happy with what you got. I'm disappointed, but not necessarily with Trump. Like I said, Trump's the workhorse. This dude's just like, this dude doesn't sleep, bro. I mean, he's posting on Truth at 3 a.m. He's fucking appearing, 5 a.m. our time in Italy. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
just nonstop. But the Republicans, as usual, I mean, they want to fight over fucking, absentee fucking voting for pregnant chicks and squabble over that and try
Right.
to disassemble the so-called freedom caucus or whatever because of that bullshit, and they haven't codified anything of Trump's agenda. Like they dude, they're fucking failures, man.
Yep.
Seriously. And,
Yep.
and it blows that that's the choice, the illusion of choice that we have. It's either you vote for these spineless fucking cucks, dude, or you vote for these snively, criminalistic fucking, child diddlers, dude. You know what I mean?
Right. If fucking Diane Feinstein could roll her fucking crippled ass fucking oxygen tank holding fucking shell of a human being in there to fucking vote, you can fucking drag your fucking kid in to vote. Or, matter of fact,
You
just
work
stay
10
home.
days a month. You
Right.
make fucking six figures. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
dude, get the fuck off your ass, pay for a child fucking care, and do your little 10 days. You know what I
Right.
mean? For 5 hours each time. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
How not get?
Actually recently I found out that shit, our congressman's back here in Tucson like every other week because I ended up meeting some people that he goes to church with, and yeah, they're like, yeah, he's at least every other Sunday he's in church, like, so yeah, at least he makes it back here, every fucking month. But I mean,
I'm sure it's for
nonetheless,
his fam and shit, but
yeah,
that's cool. He's out there with the fucking people. It makes you feel at least like
right,
you know what I mean? There's some kind of fucking, local connection or what have you, man. But as long as the motherfucker's there to vote, dude, you do what you want. Like I said, man,
right.
we're paying you stacks to work 10
Fucking
days, dude.
10 days a motherfucking year, shit.
Yeah, I think they work like less than teachers, man. You know?
Right. Yeah, I get paid more than fucking anybody. Oh, allegedly.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. You make six figures, but somehow you got fucking eight. Like you're like, what?
Right. Like, do you like save? I save every single penny that I ever make. I don't spend anything, man.
Right.
Ever. Like,
Since I was 16, man.
right. Right. Like, yeah, nobody believes that, buddy. No. So, yeah, speaking of Act Blue, apparently, yeah, that's another thing that they're looking into investigating is Act Blue. They're also looking into investigating Win Red, because, of course, there was the whole thing back during the Trump campaign where it was donate to Trump directly. Don't fucking donate to win red. But nonetheless, it's not those are for political reasons. But the reason they're being investigated is for what are they called? Like shadow contributions, things like that.
Right, they're NGOs and
Straw
fucking PACs
contributions.
and right.
Right, straw donations are basically, of course, we saw the James O'Keefe video where he went around to all these people and did you donate 3,000 times within the last year to Act Blue? And I'm like, absolutely not. You
Right.
sure to the sum of 118,000 you didn't donate that? Like it's all some old lady in a nursing home. Like I don't think so. So yeah,
Right, they're claiming you sent them $5,000 a month, man.
right. Like you said, fuck these grandkids. I'm fucking sending my money to fucking Kamala Harris. Uh, yeah, so that's finally being investigated. Yeah, man, what's your thoughts on old Act Blue? No matter who,
I mean, it's a way to, filter money. I mean, we've known that it's been brought to everyone's attention repeatedly. Of course, it's always, it's conspiracies, but I mean, how many times can, it be pointed out? I mean, you see different journalists like on X, for instance, have posted in-depth articles, just explaining in detail with, sources, everything. And of course, because community notes will shut you down if you don't. And I mean, the shit is there for everyone to see. And especially with the way that like Newsom, for instance, Pocahontas, all these people are like donate for this emergency, but in
right?
reality, when you click on it, the largest portion of it goes to Act Blue, shit like that. I mean, it's just a way to fucking steal, man. It's a grift, and
Right,
for the Democrat Party. I mean, just like everything else that's been uncovered thus far. I mean, even with, conservative estimates, we'd have at least 10 more seats in the House without their crooked fucking dealings with, illegals. I mean, everything they do is just a fucking sham. They make you think that they're the majority when in reality, they're, the obvious, minority. Hence
yep,
the reason they have to import fucking 20 million people in 4 years.
right. They're fucking bought and paid for by the outsiders, so of course they got to fucking import the bottom of the barrel from the outsiders. Because again, we say it quite often. They're not necessarily sending their future engineers and rocket scientists, things like that. They're quite literally emptying out their prisons every time a Democrat comes into office, and they slam our borders wide open. And yeah, that's basically about the gist of it.
And you
Um,
can't say that either, a Democrat. Like, even this was unfounded. Like, I mean, Biden was, or I'm sorry, Obama was referred to as, I know I'm being repetitive there, but referred to as the deporter in chief.
right.
And, I mean, he deported supposedly 12 million people and, zero injunctions. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I mean, like the Biden thing was, unprecedented for sure. That's
Yeah.
got to be the most massive influx ever, as far as this country's concerned, at minimum.
Right. I mean, a lot of people are saying in the world, the
Hmm.
largest fucking illegal mass migration in the world.
Right. I mean, you hear these European countries. I mean, don't get me wrong. You see the takeover happen in there. I mean, in more in depth, just for the simple fact of how small their population is in comparison, anyway, in most of those countries. But they bring in 1 million people, and they're shitting like our society's destroyed, everything's fucked, and you know what I'm saying.
Right. I'm
With us, like they can absorb 20 million.
so I mean that with Europe, that's just it was waiting to be fucked basically. That's what Europe was. I mean
Yeah, you
the
had people like
most
Geert Wilders telling you that, 12, 13 years ago, man.
right. But I mean like most of their actual countries and nations are smaller than our state, you know? So I mean fucking you even send 50,000, fucking 100,000 into one of these small countries and they're going to start taking over the fucking population like that. Especially when you bring in all of these far left politicians that basically everything's about emotions and equalities and no human is illegal, bro, and all that type
Mhm.
of shit. Yeah, they're going to literally allow them to run roughshod over the local population. I mean, so of course you do that to several different nations. I mean, dude, that place it's bound to fall.
Yeah, and now you see them changing their laws to, be more lenient with people that are foreign or, different,
Mm-hmm.
melanin content, and stricter on white people like the natives. And I mean, dude, just, ludicrous shit, dude. I mean, even 19, people love to say we're living in 1984. This is beyond even that at that point, dude. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, invite in enemy combatants and treat them better than the people that pay you, dude.
It's
Insane.
it's it's like when your fucking shitty ass fucking cousins come over that you only see once a fucking year, and your mom tells you like, nope, nope, you got to be nice to them, let them play with your toys. Like, no, 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 you got to like that's pretty much what's going on in Europe with their government right now. They're like, no, no, like, yeah, but they're like raping and murdering our children. No, you be nice. They come from a different
Right.
culture now. Like,
Say it again, you're getting charged with a hate crime, dude.
right,
And that's exactly what the fucking left wants here. Hence the reason they're fighting tooth and nail, for Abrego Garcia and to put fucking stops on deportation of Venezuelan fucking gangs, dude.
right.
Like you said, that's the culprit as far as emptying their prisons primarily, and sending them here. They fight tooth and nail for it. You got them filing lawsuits to stop the SAVE Act. You see, the activist judge just put a stop on the portion of the election integrity shit that Trump just signed, as far as voter ID is concerned. I mean, everything that would secure, your elections,
All right.
they absolutely fight against. But they're
Well,
not
of course,
replacing you, though.
our past few elections have been the safest and securest in all democratic history of the entire world. This has been the most secure election that has ever existed in human
Pull
history.
the saltiest shit known to manses, dude.
Right. So seeing as our election systems are perfect in every single way, if you try to change anything, it's because you're trying to unperfect our perfect union of democracy. That's the Democrats right now. Like, and I want to make a meme, man. Over this last like week or so, fucking, I watched all of the fucking Batman movies, like from like '89 to like in the Batman Forever in the mid '90s and shit like that. But dude, the fucking Penguin one, man. Yeah, that shit. I wanted to make so many memes about the left from that one.
Old DeVito and shit, man.
Right, right. He's all down there like, yeah, and then we'll steal all the children, and then yeah, we'll round them up. The firstborn child is gonna be, he's gonna know what it's like to have to live down in the sewers and stuff like that. And then one of his henchmen is like, Mr. Penguin, like, we should maybe think about this. Like, we're talking about like kidnapping children and stuff right now. And then Danny DeVito is like, so it's like that's pretty much what the left is like right now. It's like, hey, you guys, like maybe we should slow it down. I mean, we're talking about like removing children's genitals and things like that without their parents' consent. Like, get them,
Right. They're like,
dig
forget
it.
that, man. We're trying to sue to bring back gang members.
Right,
Right.
right. That was last week, man.
Right.
We're MS-13 now, Holmes. Right. And it's like, yeah, there's really the whole thing is they have no sense of a moral foundation. They have no actual direction. They're quite literally just a mob. They're a mob of angry fucking leftist people. They don't care about. And the term leftist is really just kind of, you could kind of use it loosely nowadays, just in the same way that you could use the term right wing nowadays. 'Cause yeah, leftists. I mean, they have no actual economic plan. Like leftists, the only thing that they like, again, leftism, well, modern leftism, but
It's a
leftist
mental disorder.
ideologies. All right, leftist ideologies, in a sense, do have some sort of foundation. All right, they do have some sort of plan in some sense. Even communism, as bad as it has fucking retarded and adverse to human nature as it was, they still had a plan and a foundation and a vision, direction, things like that. The left doesn't. They're just fucking like, rah! It's their direction is, I hate anybody that doesn't agree with what the current thing is, right? Anybody that's not on board with the modern talking points and propaganda, I don't like you.
Yep.
Anybody that
And historically, the culmination of that fucking ideology is always violence, dude.
right.
Always.
It's always fucking hurt people that hurt people, Right. But yeah, really that's how you can kind of define it now, nowadays is like, are you a fairly, happy person? Are you not angry at the world? Do you not want everything to just blow up and die because your life isn't going great? Well, then you should probably vote Republican. Like, it's about how it is nowadays.
And said, I thought you were going to be like, well, you might be a fascist.
Right. You might be far right.
Right.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Democrats. Have you heard of democracy? It's at stake right now.
Because they're not Democrats. They're the left. Absolute terrorist organization. I give a
Right.
fuck, man. And one day they will be labeled as such, I'm sure.
Right.
Fucking Weather Underground, dude, has half the political power in this country. I mean, without the judiciary and judge hunting and whatnot, they would be completely bereft of any power whatsoever. And that's hence the full blown panic, the sporadic from one thing to the next. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. If I could kids I forgot what I was going with. But yeah.
Judge hunting, it's gone a long way for him. It's really doing it. And you remember old Biden's dude when he was coming into office and he was saying, do everything we can do that's constitutional to prevent him from taking office again. I mean,
Right.
they didn't get that far, but on the backhand, they're stifling so much shit. I mean, every day it's multiple notifications from news sites, right? Where
Yep.
it's, district
Nationwide
judge, watch
injunction.
this. Yeah. And it's just
Right.
district judges like, dude, who the fuck are you? In the Supreme Court, as usual, besides, two, the two you can always count on. The rest are fucking flip flopping squishy fish, man.
Right. Yep. But at the same time,
And Ketanji Brown is a fucking moron.
right.
I
Doesn't even know.
I didn't know if you heard any of her recent argument, but
Nuh-uh. Well,
that
what is
they were hearing parents trying to have some sort of say in educational process, have an opt out for
Mhm.
deviant fucking sets, so-called education, and she was arguing that how is it basically detrimental to the parent, or in any way are they stuck when they can just choose to go to private school, or what I mean, or homeschool.
Right.
And it's
You guys
like,
are trying
dude,
to get rid of that too.
right, and not to mention you're forcefully taking my fucking money, you know what I mean, with the threat of violence to fund that school, like, you know
Right.
what I mean, and then you make it mandatory that my kid has so much curriculum, like, I mean, come on, man, what the
Right.
fuck? All right, stop taxing me, and I'll take that money and pay for charter school, which actually is cheaper in the long run because they use like a third of the cost per fucking student.
Shit. Yeah, it seems to be the way to go nowadays, man.
Right, obviously.
Yep.
Because the rest
Oh,
is just Frankfurt fucking, factories.
all right. Well, I mean, we'll see how it ends up going with the Department of Education being shut down. But still, at least you know, it's something's got to fucking change, man. Because again, the good thing is that it seems that the young people nowadays are kind of just rejecting the obvious bullshit that they've been told. At least in the sense, some people have a enough of a sensibility to like, I'm pretty sure boys are boys and girls are girls. Like, nah,
Right. But
yeah,
at the same time, like, the younger adult generation, man, whatever they call them at the point, it's a constant X, Z, Y, millennials, fucking, you know what I mean? But,
yeah,
you get the point. The ones that are currently coming into voting age, they're absolute lunatics. You know what I mean? They're like, they take a poll with them, and like 60% of them think that political violence is completely excusable and used for purposes of change. But
right,
that's communist talk again. It culminates in violence, man.
right. Well, so what's your thoughts on the Florida State University shooting? Did you look into that one at all last week? It was from last week's news, but
I mean, not particularly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
yeah.
don't even know what to say.
So I didn't look too much into it, but so apparently it was a Florida State University shooting. The perpetrator was named Phoenix Ickner, I believe, believe that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But
Ichabod.
right. Apparently, at least one of his parents, I believe his mother, worked for the sheriff's department. So she had firearms and stuff, of course. He ended up getting one of hers and going and shooting up the school.
Hmm.
Yeah. Shit, what was it? So the whole thing online was immediately like, what freaking political faction is he with? And so apparently he was seen at like a stop the steal type event after the election, and it's not really clear as to what side that he was actually kind of on, because he was obviously there, but he was interviewed by one of the local school newspapers, and he said something along the lines of they're not going to be able to stop it or something without a revolution. So again, kind of vague,
It almost doesn't even matter whatever they claim that what their political side is, because the point is this person's mentally fucked up, dude. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
That's what I was going to get to. Right. So the difference is, so he also was like posting like Bible. He also had like Bible verses and stuff like that on his Twitter or his social media and stuff like that. So, but the whole thing is that, unlike the left, before I knew what sort of political beliefs he had, I thought the dude was a piece of human shit. After I find out what beliefs he has, still think the dude's a human piece of shit. Whether I find out he's on the left, still think the dude's a human piece of shit. Whether I find out he's on the right, still think the dude's a piece of shit. It makes zero difference to me. Like if you're to the point where you believe that, like, oh, the only way to solve anything is shooting a patow, and then fucking, yeah, you're a dumb piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, criminally insane. You know what I mean? Fucking murder. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And especially to want to go shoot up a school. Like I said, I don't know too much into it. I didn't, you know what I mean? Saying I was, slaving away, whatever. So I'm not gonna speak too much on it, just in general, right? But you know, just anyone like you want to go shoot up a school. Not only do you deserve immediate death yourself, but that person is beyond mentally ill, dude.
Right. Yep. Same with any other fucking mass shooting that's taking place in America. Don't give a shit what it was for. Don't give a shit what it was about. Like, yeah, those people are fucking scumbags. If you just go around shooting innocent people because you're fucking, your little brain can't fucking comprehend what's going on in the world, yeah, you're dumb. Like, yep. Don't have to think twice about that. Don't have to like, well, actually, let's look into it and see what he actually believes. Let's find his motives, see if I agree with him. Like, no, we don't think that way. Like, that's fucking leftards that think that way. So yeah, that's really kind of the whole kind of main point with that whole story that we were going to end up going with. Yeah, we don't give a shit what his fucking motives were. If you go shooting up fucking people that you don't know, or even people that you fucking do know, like, shit, you're fucking dumb,
That's democracy, man. Don't you know, bro?
Democracy fucking watered with blood, bro.
Yeah, that's how you put the hands in the power of the people, is to fucking rub out leaders.
Right. Yep. So, yeah, man, fucking the lefties are fucking still are losing it, man. Like, yeah, they're still out there keying up each other's Teslas for some fucking reason.
Right. Yeah, and they are losing it, but again, I mean, it's a historical trajectory, man. Like they are losing it, but they're right on track for their game plan. I mean, they try every facet, and then when nothing works, they find it's just all out fucking violence, dude.
Right. Well, speaking of 180,000 rounds of ammunition found in Colorado, yeah, did you hear about that one?
I'm not aware.
Apparently, an illegal immigrant was pulled over with 180,000 rounds of ammunition in Colorado, but he wasn't bound for Mexico. He was bound for another city in Colorado. So,
He was out do some good deeds. He's just looking for a better life, bro.
right. Well, actually, I believe it was just like today or yesterday or something like that. Another illegal immigrant was caught in Colorado transporting like 50,000 rounds of ammo. So, you never know, man. Yeah, you
Right?
fucking
Nothing's going to happen there. I mean, there's not going to be a war over apartment complexes or anything like that. And you're an absolute right wing extremist conspiracy theory bigot if you think so, dude. And you should be censored off lines.
I mean, even if it's not over, like apartment complex, even if it's just fucking, bunch of fucking, cartel people just shooting into fucking crowds or something like that, it's so of course there is the whole thing going on with the cartels right now, as they ain't fucking getting shit through here, at least not easily. The logistics on getting stuff to America right now, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah,
Of
so
course we,
apparently they're cracking down on fentanyl, man.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Mexico,
Yeah, like no,
Mexico or the
not
cartels.
the cartels.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
they're not fucking around now, dude. You know what I mean? They're like, you done fucking up the entire dope game, dude. You know what I mean?
right,
You little like I mean, because at the same time, like it's moved to the point now to where I mean, I mean, they've made enough money, they don't have to dabble in that shit. That's the lower cats that are trying to build something, that are trying to stretch their shit. Like we'll buy a bunch of cheap precursors and
right.
make bricks of death.
Yep, faking. Thanks, China.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that possibility, but at the same time, I mean, with the whole Trump administration, like I say, we have military on the border right now.
Apparently,
Um,
Hegseth just made an appearance there today on the
yeah,
border. Yeah, and out there letting them know, like, if you try to cross the border, man, you're going to deal with American troops.
right,
It's not you're not going to be coddled now. There ain't going to be fucking agents making you sandwiches.
right. Yeah. And then of course, what was it, like a month or so ago? We saw the cartels putting out their videos of them standing with their guns and their armored vehicles and
Right, so,
anti-aircraft.
so boom, drone dude, just fucking
Right.
boom.
Right. Like you do realize that stuff's like archaic to us nowadays, right? Like you're fucking throwing sticks and stones at us. Like we're gonna fucking come in and air raid you real quick. Like
Dude, Obama's best line in his entire tenure to me, man, was fucking 2 words: predator drone. You know
right?
what I'm saying? Like, dude, fuck around, man.
Yeah. You'll find out. Taxpayer funded.
Yep, and I love the leftists, all over, wherever the media talking, like it'll be a war. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're strapped up, right? They're out there showing you they have armored vehicles and whatnot, dude. Well, I mean, we're you know what I'm saying? That's hilarious. Like, it's just one F-15 just fly by and it's done. Everybody,
Right.
dude, like quick.
So do you
I mean,
think there would be any sort of political I guess advantages that would end up coming from the cartels, you know, actually pulling some sort of attack on like an American city or something like that, just as like obviously I don't think that it would dissuade Donald Trump or the government in any way, but I mean, what could be some possible political motives if they were to do some sort of strike on the American people?
Well, the political motive, of course, would be money, man. I mean, cutting off money supply, whether it be all the people that come here and have to send money back there for, whatever purposes, whether that's through coercion or whatnot, which gets spent in the economy. I mean, like you said, that the drugs are getting shut down. I mean, that's obvious motivations. But
Yep.
political repercussions, I really don't think there could be any, except for with Mexico. It's the government itself saying, you know, too much collateral damage. We're going to cut off trade with you or what have you. I mean, what else could they possibly do, really?
Right. So that again, in that case, you got to look for, well, then who would stand to gain from that? So, I don't know. I mean, like I say,
It
there would
depends
be,
on how you look at it. If you wanted to look at it as you're trying to take out, people that are pushing in, substances that are killing 100,000 people a year in your country, I mean, you're gonna have to deal with some economic pain afterwards. But if you're just looking at it purely on economics, obviously we'd lose out. That's one of our most massive trade partners.
yeah. Well, I mean, unless we were to like say do some sort of Trump shit and just don't worry, you guys have a fucking cartel problem. We'll clean it up for you.
Right.
Like the fucking government's like, no, that's like it's about a good like
Mhm.
75% of our income here. So
And the
no,
left, and see, he said Mexico's going to pay for it. They are in the long run, man.
right, right. So I mean, of course, like I say, in a sort of situation like that, I mean, shit, wouldn't it be fucking I guess politically advantageous to for somebody that's actually not part of the cartels, or somebody that's more just kind of a political actor, something like that, for them to set up like a false flag, sort of scenario. Shit, again, fucking don't put it past them. Could even be our own fucking government to do it. Just
Right.
like, oh man, fucking we don't really got the support to go in and fucking clean up the cartels in Mexico. Like, I'll get right on that. Like, you know,
Yep. Cash, Dan. Use the
right,
snively snakes for good, dude. And fucking, you know what I mean? The ring of power. I can wield it, dude.
right,
For real. Throw it in the goddamn fire, Cash.
right. Go. Yeah,
Right.
right. So I mean, again, that's another possibility, man. Yeah, nah. I mean, again, what the fuck does Bongino have to gain? Like, what, unless Bongino resigns within the next couple of months, in which case, if that happens, we're gonna be like, yeah, no, there's something fishy
Right.
going on there,
Everything's fucked, man.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
because
oh.
that dude was so happy and proud to, I
Right,
mean, obvious for obvious reasons, right? I mean,
right,
I'm not trying to, any kind of shade on old Dan, dude. And I don't even believe that. I mean, again, he's the assistant director. I'm sure they've given him some fucking power, but at the same time, the dude has to have like one of the FBI's most massive protection units around him and his family now.
right,
And I don't think he's going to gain anything out of it besides legacy, personal legacy and shit. I think he's there to help do the shit that he said that he spoke on for years. Whether he's able to accomplish that is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you still have people above him that who haven't shown shit yet. Like you said, it's early, but at the same time, they knew the game. It's been a 10-year thing. They spoke on it leading up to it. They know they only have a window before the midterms at minimum. It could extend. We could get lucky right now. You got a lot of Dems that are fucking retiring, shit like that. But
hmm,
at that same time, they knew from the jump this has to be turbocharged. And
right,
Dan spoke on it constantly. The rock'em sock'em robot fucking approach, right? How
yep,
many times did you hear that? So I mean, they knew this shit. So I understand that they have to get, all their ducks in line, but at the same time, you're fucking limited. Pound that shit out, man.
right. So that's why I say it really does all kind of depend on how this next couple months goes down, and if Bongino fucking if like I say, if Bongino's fucking out, then that's it. I'm done.
Right. I
Right,
wouldn't say that. You could say you're done with the FBI, but like I said, dude, Trump every day is trying to do something. You know what I
right,
mean? I said the man doesn't fucking sleep. He's 80 and like he's like a 20-year-old on meth, bro.
right,
And everyone says it. Like it's not just my opinion or some shit. Obviously, I've never been around the man, but everyone of note that has is like this dude will leave my house at 1 a.m. He's texting me at 3, and then he's texting me again at 5, getting on a plane and fucking, you know.
Everybody totally agrees. Donald Trump is a robot.
Right, exactly. Some
Right.
Futurama shit, dude.
Yep. Shit. Speaking of some Futurama shit, the United Kingdom is planning on blocking out the sun to, of course, prevent global warming.
Don't worry, dude. I mean, it's the Matrix for real, but don't even stress it.
Right. On top of also switching their country to solar energy at the same
Right,
time.
exactly. And again, another thing that they told you, in the last few years, if you mention this, that even the notion that they were talking or debating this, that as usual, conspiracies. But I mean, they're signing deals with the Gates fucking founded initiative,
Right.
so it's rails, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I tried to
Fucking
tell you.
hilarious, man. Absolutely fucking hilarious, man. Fucking like these people not even realize that, like, like they're talking about saving the earth, save our ecosystem. Do you guys like not realize that CO2 and sunlight are is very essential to our ecosystem? Like, I mean, it's
Right, to
kind
like
of like
all
the
of like
bare
life.
basics, right? Like, I mean, at a minimum, I think we need like the sun, Like,
Yep. And they, of course, they pull the old, all the scientists we fund agree, which absolutely they fucking do. But I can pull you up, opposingly funded teams that will debate to the end that everything they're saying is absolute horseshit. And like you were just mentioning, the CO2 factor alone, they're like, we want to eliminate CO2, net, net carbon, fucking zero, whatever the fuck. And they're like, dude, that's the basis of life on this planet. Every fucking life form on this planet is fucking carbon based, and like, plants breathe that in. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And in prehistoric past, carbon rich environments, massive plants, which creates fucking enough oxygen to the point to where you can have a T-Rex with tiny lungs.
right. I actually just watched Jurassic Park today too. That was my first fucking thought was like, like these motherfuckers could not exist during our time. They would fucking starve, dude. Like those motherfuckers used to eat leaves the size of a fucking car. Like,
Right.
like they couldn't fucking survive off of these fucking little scraps that they're gonna get nowadays. Like the fucking earth is barren, and we want to fucking wipe out just a wee bit more in the name of saving the planet. Like these people are absolutely retarded, man. For being
Yeah, and
hippies,
what's
they really don't know anything about the fucking earth,
Yeah, you're not getting trees, man. But
Right.
like Don Carey, dude, he gets called on that aspect, with the carbon, the basis for life, and richer environments, so on. And his answer to those, well, not with humans, but humans weren't there. Like,
Right.
what the fuck does that mean, dude?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Much larger animals lived here. Well, they were all wiped out by a fucking comet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. They were wiped out by fucking melting polar ice caps. Right.
right.
Even during the fucking ice age, some shit survived, Like, but
Yeah, and I mean, besides here in summer in Arizona, I don't mind global warming. Like when I was in Michigan, I love global warming, dude. You know
right.
what I mean?
When the sun is out and the weather's nice, you can step out. Yep. Shit. I imagine that's what it'd be like over in greener pastures, but nonetheless, I've born and raised in the motherfucking dirt patch of the desert.
Dude, and beyond that, we have much bigger problems, as far as like environmental shit goes. Like the
Like China.
magnetic field. Well, that too. But like the magnetic field around the earth is, dissipating. It's, like 10% weaker than it was, 5 decades ago or some shit.
Well,
And
if you guys
that
just left the oil alone, it would have been fine.
exactly.
The oil was the lifeblood of our magnetosphere.
No, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, that's just one single example of way bigger things to worry about. And then, like you said, the biggest producers of of pollution are the ones that the current left is protesting you to let them rob you to death to produce them fucking $4 shoes from Walmart, dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Fucking China. But don't worry, they ain't gonna be producing shit come soon, man, because those tariffs are fucking those guys over, man. But before we get on to talking about China, I do just want to acknowledge that we have some new scientists and astronauts right here in America. All right. And we need to acknowledge their sacrifice and their courage and bravery that they went in space, man. So yeah, the Blue Origin fucking space ride brought to you by Amazon. No, yeah. So I get these far lefty fucking women speaking, including fucking Katy Perry. I don't remember who the fuck else was it like Gail fucking King or something like that.
I don't even know. It was like Bezos's chick,
Right.
Sanchez, whatever the
Fucking big
fuck,
old
dude.
balloon lips and shit. Like, I don't know. Fucking, at least we learned one thing that you can fucking, have Botox and zero gravity. It's for science. All right.
Right.
Right. They're not going to explode and pop. We figured that out. All right. But yeah, these women over here are acting like oh, we were the first ever women in space. Meanwhile, there's been a
No,
woman
you
fucking
weren't,
stuck
man.
in space for fucking 9 months that Elon
Right.
Musk just went up and rescued. But she's been in space for 9 months. But don't worry, you bitches are the first ones up there. Like,
Yeah. And they went to like pre-orbit, right, or some shit, like to
right,
where they're not even actually in space. And they were up in the air for a total of like 11 minutes and some seconds, man. And just the suits alone let you know it's not real, dude. You know what I mean? They're glittery suits, zipped down to show a little bit of tats, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, just
Right.
absolute clownery. And now they're experienced astronauts, and if you don't think so, you're definitely a misogynist bigot, dude. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You're probably racist too. We sent a black person up there so we could say
Right.
that. Yep. Yeah, freaking absolutely ridiculous, man. I mean, it's cool, I guess, fucking lets you know that maybe there's gonna be a fucking space ride coming soon, fucking everybody will get to experience zero gravity within their lifetime. Shit, fuck, I never thought I'd experience zero gravity, but now I know there's a chance. I guess that's about the only fucking silver lining of it, but
It's
nonetheless.
only if you blow like a star or a billionaire, dude.
Right, right. I mean, like I
You
said,
know what I mean?
practically and fucking logically, I'm probably never fucking gonna get to experience zero gravity, but I could. Maybe I could win like a radio contest or some shit like that,
Like Elon owns SpaceX, and I don't even think that guy has been up in space. I give him that, right? I'm happy for him. I hope they had a fucking beautiful time, dude. But
Right.
just fucking the retarded antics afterward,
And they're
from
showboating
the
and fucking
landing. And yeah, and the whole, like again, if you don't think we're astronauts, you're misogynist bigots. Like, I mean, just ridiculous shit. Other
right.
than that,
All
dude,
the
that's fucking
training we
cool as
went
hell.
through.
Like, you know what I mean? I wish I could take that fucking flight, dude.
Right, that'd be pretty
I
cool.
mean, I'm not even trying to hate as far as that's concerned. And you got the money to do it. Fuck, have a beautiful time, man.
All right.
But
Just don't come back down and bitch about starving people in Africa. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah, and don't tell me I should fucking be impressed or be celebrating your time, dude. Like, fuck off with that. I hope you had fun.
Right. Of course, there's the conspiracy theories that they didn't even go up in the first place. I mean, that capsule did come down fairly fucking pristine.
Stanley Kubrick's son
Right.
filmed that, dude, on the same set.
Right. Yep. They fucking faked the moon landing, bro.
Right, man.
Right.
But just now they got like AI and CG, bro. So look way
Right.
better.
But of course, so the two main things that is kind of swirling around is well, I guess three main things, a couple of things. But for one, it didn't burn up at all coming back in the atmosphere, which the same trip, the same capsule from the same trip that they're saying that they did an exact replica of, that motherfucker burnt the fuck up. Like, that thing was black, but yeah, their ship was absolutely pristine. Another thing, usually they land in
It's
the
a
water.
fucking blue dildo, man.
Right. Right. And the other thing is usually they land in the water, so that way you don't have that giant when you hit the
Right.
ground like that one apparently did, allegedly.
Right, and then they jump out like they're
Right.
fucking partying in there and stuff, like,
Right.
absolutely no impact, fucking shock or nothing.
It fucking killer shocks on there, bro. Like, every
Right.
seat had independent suspension, right?
We're
Like
talking about the
air
third
ride
richest
equipped.
guy in the world here, man.
Right. Right. Each of those fucking suits, those $18,000 suits, they're all zero fucking G design. So they're designed to absorb the impact, stiffen
That's
up right before impact. Like,
that's Bezos's personal doomsday escape pod, dude. It was just the test run. He's like, these bitches blow up. Who gives a fuck?
right. Find me a new wife. I don't give a fuck. Get that bitch out of here.
Right. Them
Right.
lips are getting costly, dude. Fuck.
Right. Oh man. But yeah, and then of course they let themselves out, and yeah, again, it's cool. It's cool, but nonetheless, it wasn't necessarily what they're trying to make it out to be, and some people don't think it was anything at all. So
Right.
that happened last week.
Either way, dude, it's a fun little story.
Right. Also, Carmelo Anthony's family and lawyers and everybody has been pretty much making an ass out of themselves, fucking getting all up over the camera, dancing all up in the videos.
From what I understand, dude, he's been, seriously, like, outwardly thinking about, shanking another one, dude, so they can get a bigger house, bro.
Right. So that's my theory on this, man. Fucking, they're gonna pump and dump Carmelo Anthony all the way to fucking prison, dude. That guy's obviously gonna fucking get convicted, unless, of course, it depends how far
I
left
think he's
the
gonna get off,
judge
man.
is.
I think he's
Yeah.
gonna get off.
I think
Yep.
he's gonna get convicted, man. It's
I think
almost
judges are
impossible.
activists around this country, and then on top of that, dude, fucking, the fear the repercussions, dude. I mean, you
Mhm.
know, that there's going to be massive, peacefully fucking,
Right.
protested all around the goddamn country.
All right. But I mean, at the same time, it's like I say, something this obvious. It's going to be very, like I say, very difficult for them to actually be able to argue that this was actually self defense in any way.
I feel you. I understand, but they're
What what
they're
I
going to run with
what I
it, and
do
you see
think
the
What I do think though is they'll probably reduce it to something like manslaughter, like involuntary manslaughter. He'll probably do like 5 years and then be done with it. But nonetheless, the media is gonna, the fucking the leftists are gonna go out there and have a shit fit and fucking go burn down some shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even just the fact that he's fucking, on trial, they're gonna fucking throw a shit fit. So
isn't
yeah,
Texas like a no good time state? Like if you could get sentenced to 5 years, like you do 5 years.
it could be. I'm not too sure. Uh, but nonetheless, I mean, 5 years that's nothing, to especially
Yeah,
to
especially for shaking someone.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
and especially for a young person, at his age, So what is he, like, almost 18? He'll probably be 18 by the
that's it.
time they're done with the trial, right?
Probably, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah. So again, if
I say
18,
guilty from jump, dude. Like,
yeah,
weapons are banned at schools. I mean, you came with a concealed weapon, regardless of how you feel about, your personal rights in specific places. You're not supposed to be carrying, man. I mean,
right,
but like you're not supposed to go into a fucking bank with your firearm, dude. You're not, you know what I mean? You don't go into a
right,
hospital. Like, I mean, and if you do, you have a CCW and you're not out here trying to fucking, put it in someone.
right. And he's just be fucking responsible with it, But I mean, there's that whole aspect. So I mean, just like I say, just on that, he could get convicted of something, and nonetheless, the lefties will still throw a fucking shit fit, even if he's only convicted on bringing a knife to school. Um, but yeah,
You heard the attorney though. He's running with everything. At this point, he's trying to blame the fucking goddamn school district for not shutting the shit down because of the weather.
right.
You know what I mean? Like they
That's why I
fucking,
say, man,
goddamn global warmings has fucking
his
killed another
his
child.
families and his fucking and his lawyers and stuff like that, they're going to fucking pump and dump him. Like I say, they know that he's going to get convicted, so they're fucking trying to they're trying to fucking race bait and do everything that they can, fucking get all the interviews that they can, fucking stand in front of the cameras as much as they can, put all the GoFundMe's together that they can. They're going to try
Right,
and
and
milk this thing
dude,
to the
it's
fullest.
ironic to say that, just touching on your point. It's ironic for me to say it because I can't remember the fucking name, but whatever organization that their attorney dude works for, like he repeated the name of it, like 86 times
Right.
in this last interview. I mean, he's definitely trying to make his money off the kid.
Yeah. Yep. They know that they're just using this kid. They know that he's going to get convicted. But at the same time, like I say, they know that it's not going to be no 20 fucking years, anything like that. So like I say, he'll probably do like fucking 5 years tops. And like it does suck to say, but that's really what our kind of judicial system has become.
What sucks is it's Texas, and I know most of my life Texas was famous for like you done fucked up, boy. You know what I'm saying? You're getting death row, dog. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they put more people to death than any other couple of states combined. I'm sure, probably handfuls of states.
Yep. And at the same time, they also do have standard ground laws. So they are very, very lenient when it comes to self defense. But nonetheless, this violates several of the determinations for a self defense.
Well, I mean,
He,
if you listen to Tim, dude, all someone's got to do
right,
is grab your wrist, and you can fucking
right,
rub them out, dog.
right, man. Yeah, after I heard that advice, I was thinking about going and checking out some of these Tesla fucking protests and shit. Like fucking put a hand on me,
Right, wear a MAGA
motherfucker.
hat and shit, dude. Just walk around. I wish a
Right.
motherfucker would.
Right. Tim told me I could, man. Yeah, fucking that. That
Right.
was
Go
pretty much
ahead, grab
my
my wrist, man.
Ka-choo. Forget about it.
Right,
Yep.
too
Yeah,
much.
fucking yeah, pretty much that's not the way that it works. Like if honestly, you have to be a fucking a sane, normal acting person. Like if you're under somebody else's tent and they ask you to leave, much in the same way that like if you're in somebody's establishment and somebody from that works at that establishment asks you to leave, you gotta fucking leave. And then if they like try to escort you, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to kill them. You're not defending yourself there. It's again, I'm no lawyer. Don't take advice from me either. But Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, you know,
Yeah,
in any
and
state.
crazy shit. You see some leaflets of German propaganda, from the old WW2, man, and it shows what America would look like if Germany lost the war. And it's a white woman, and her kid looks like they're like in a metropolis, probably New York, and just steadily being attacked by little
Fucking King
fucking
Kong and shit.
mongoloids and mutants and stuff.
Right. No, that's what we've become to, man.
Yeah.
They weren't wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and we
about on
keep
everything.
pointing at Europe like, dude, those guys, they're pussies, dude. You know what I'm saying? Just like we were saying earlier, they prosecute their own fucking citizens over immigrants, and it's happening here. And it's not just immigrants;
Mhm.
it's also, certain fucking classes of people. Like we're, becoming India. Like we're gonna live on a complete caste system, and the people that founded this country, whether you like to, they had slaves. Is I mean, 2% of them, did at the peak, right? But who built this country? We're going to be on the bottom of that, and you're only good for reparations and fucking tax revenue, dude.
Right. It's kind of it's a pyramid, you know.
Right.
But yeah, they gonna grift the fuck out of that kid and let him go upstate. But yeah, he's gonna be
We'll
all right
see.
though.
We'll see, man. They're going to give him fucking 5 years intense probation, fucking 3 years house arrest,
Right. It could even
fucking
be
restitution.
something simple as that, man. Like,
Yeah.
like
I
I
mean, they still attacked fucking, the slain kid's father on, a nationally televised interview. I mean, I'm sure that, they can definitely fucking pull that off.
right.
Like no one gives a shit. Like really. I mean, it almost doesn't even matter at this point. The judiciary is completely out of fucking control in this country, man.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are completely out of the control in this country, man. And that's a worrying thing. You know, you have to, just not get black pills that the fucking whole system's gonna, hit the fan and shit. But it could. It very well
Yeah.
could at this point,
Yeah, and the Supreme Court needs to snap the fuck out of it, dude. Even the fucking Riri leftists on the bench there, like those are lifelong appointments, and they're usurping your power. You know what I'm saying? Like only the Supreme Court's supposed to be able to issue those universal injunctions, dude. And
Yeah.
fucking, again, these are district motherfuckers, and they just keep testing their power and pushing the limits, and no one does anything, man.
Yeah.
Again, that's falls back to we control fucking both chambers, bro. Like,
Right.
what are the Republicans doing? I mean, they talk, they love to fucking spout one-liners and get on the camera on Fox and talk tough, but
Right.
meanwhile, they're too busy arguing over bathrooms and fucking their own constituents can't talk to them without weeks long fucking rants about how people are extreme. I mean, they
I
do
haven't even
nothing, man.
heard the term single subject spending in like over a fucking year.
Since Matt Gates has fucking got the boot,
I
basically.
was actually wondering, man, what the fuck happened to that guy? Like, is he?
He's got a show on like Newsmax or something, dude. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah, at night. I think he
that's
comes on like after the fucking the right side, like a Chris Plant and shit.
yeah, that's a
Or
bummer,
it's
man.
News Nation or some shit.
Yeah, that's a real bummer, man.
Yeah.
He's really he's a badass in Congress, man. That dude fucking smack people down with fucking words and shit. And he was pretty damn MAGA, you know.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that he ruined his political career, man. And it
Yeah,
sucks because no one that's like actual MAGA wanted McCarthy, and I think you were too cheering him on when he was like, let's get rid of this guy. I mean, to me, it was the right thing. But of course, that was a high fundraising establishment fucking shill. So
yeah, yep. I mean, you want to take down the so I guess I mean it really does kind of play out to what's going on nowadays. You know, I mean there are sure plenty of people that are willing to actually vote on some bills in the proper direction if they're put before them, but nonetheless, there's also some fucking people that are willing to fucking be the one person that's going to throw a wrench in it just because I'm standing on principles. You know, like yeah, I mean
speaking on Massey.
Yeah, that was the one back in the day, but it's not like he's going to be the only one. You know, I mean, fucking
Right.
a lot of the Freedom Caucus, you know, the Chip Roys, fuck, I can't remember the other people's names right now, but Chip Roy, you know, fucking
Mhm.
that motherfucker, he's a person that's probably going to be fucking one of the people that would hang up to it. And again, I like these people. Not saying that I don't. Not saying that I disagree with them politically. Again, it's just during these times that they're a lot of the reasons that shit doesn't properly get done, or you know, things get hung up, things like that. And again, it is mostly the fucking the leftists, things like that too. But again, we have both chambers right now. We have a fucking electoral mandate. Like, what the fuck are you guys waiting for? You know?
That's they thought the mandate was for them to be able to just chill and play golf and
You're
stuff,
right.
man.
Like, all
You know
right,
what I
we
mean?
won, guys. Like,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
yeah,
Party, dude.
right,
Everything's cool, man. We won't let them pass no bills or nothing. Just hang out.
right. Right. I mean, again, like I get it in some senses. You know, a lot of you know, some of the stuff that is going on right now isn't necessarily like, you know, the most like libertarian, you know, fucking establishment that we have going on right now. Especially because those two words are antithetical, libertarian and establishment. It doesn't make any sense, you know. But yeah, within the libertarian more leaning members, again, like they're the people that, you know, I'm going to stand on principle. Like, yeah, but you're fucking everything up. Like your
Right.
principles are basically giving it to the fucking enemy. You know?
You have to play up to either your donors or subsect of your constituents, man. I mean, again, like you were given a mandate, and so you got if you're in that party, you got to understand that the majority of your constituents probably want what the fuck we all voted for, man.
Right.
Not for you to save one portion of you know your voting base. And I understand the midterms are coming up, but right now is not that time. I mean, you still got a year or so before you even got to focus. Like right now is the time to fucking bang this shit out and try to right the ship.
Yep. And especially by the time midterms come around, all they're going to be playing is fucking the commercials like, he voted yes on this, which caused this. Like, people are going to be like, I don't even remember what the fuck that was. Like,
Right,
was that fucking
exactly.
like 2 years ago? Like, I don't fucking remember. Like, the world didn't fucking end. So I guess it must not have been that bad, you know? Yeah, dude, now's the time to fucking get shit done, you know, to get shit fucking moving, you know, especially while we have the support of the majority of the country, you know?
Yeah, like I said, and you know they'd known from the previous admin and the shenanigans that went on during Biden what it was about, what it was going to be like. So you just got to keep moving, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like the whole paradigm of you know what's been the beginning of this administration has been to overwhelm them motherfuckers. That's the reason that Trump signed so many EOs is because it's the only not only the only way he can get shit done, but it's because of the overwhelming. Like, make them fucking scramble. You know what I mean? Keep them fucking guessing. And if you know we had that type of solidarity, like, dude, we could just be turning shit around right now. But there's a massive portion of I don't even want to call it my party because, like I said, to me these cats are spineless fucking bitches. But you know, the party I voted for,
All right.
there's a big sect of it that they don't want it to change. They make just as much beef off of it as anyone on the left. So why would they want to change it, man?
All right.
That
I
actually
didn't,
takes effort.
Now, I don't want a new political sphere in the United States. I barely understand this one.
Right.
Right. Yep. Like, and it really is Donald Trump's like fucking Will Ferrell in Old School right now. He's like, we're going streaking, but no, nobody's fucking following him for some reason, you know. But he's out there doing it, man. He's like, woo, woo.
Right, even the ones that helped get him there, you know what I mean? Like, you know, your
Right.
Paulina Lunas, they would rather squabble over stupid shit. Nancy Mace, like I said, dude, she's last week has been going on in interviews and on the floor and fucking on X about, you know, the constituents and being extreme and being attacked and stuff. And then you see the video and it's a dude that stays respectfully like 10 foot from her, asking
Right.
her questions and shit. Like, you know what
Yep.
I mean?
Women always feel like they're attacked in public whenever anybody says anything to them.
That's just a show. They wanna
Right.
be fucking you know, it's about attention and shit like that. It's even these jobs, they want it for money and fucking fame. They like the you know what I mean? It's like being a fucking movie star. It's not about actually getting some shit done. Even if they come into it with that, you know, mind frame, the vast majority of them get absolutely corrupted.
Right. Yeah, because that's really what it's become. Our fucking giant bureaucratic system. I mean, it's a machine. The machine runs itself. You're just here to fucking look good. That's the way that it's been for a long fucking time. Donald Trump's the first person to fucking like, you know what? We're going to take this machine apart and we're going to fucking run it ourselves. Uh, at least that's what appearances would look like. He could just want to fucking use the machine to his own purposes.
That's why he
Dark
wants to keep
dagger.
going, dude. Fucking 2028. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the way it's gonna happen, dude, is it's gonna be the JD fucking Trump ticket. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then he's gonna come in and JD's gonna step down, which would make Trump an unelected president, which is
Right.
totally admissible under the Constitution, man.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
master troll shit though, right? The
Right. Right.
2028 hats and shit, dude. Everyone can. Dude, you're throwing your money away. That's a collector's edition. I'm
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
definitely buying one.
Right. Yep. Yeah, dude. Fucking if Trump knows how to do anything, it's get under the left skin. Whether it's like, I don't know, can I run 3 times? I don't know. Well, I got some people looking into it, so we'll see.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Fuck, dude. The left lost their shit on that. Like they fucking they flipped their fucking lids, man. It's because he's the fucking
we
master,
told
man.
you he's a dictator.
Right. See, we told you guys. Right.
See how many MAGA regrets their votes is now.
Right. Everybody's turning on Trump's now. Like, no, it's just kind of the old people that are losing their 401ks and shit.
They're really not though, man.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
yep. Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Right, like the graph that's been put out everywhere. Like it was, you show Biden the depths of the stock market during his tenure, and then the fucking height of where it's at now, slightly lower than a couple of months ago, and it's like, now freak out, man. Like it's still way higher than most of Biden's term. What the fuck?
But
You know what I'm
you
saying?
also got to think though, man. These people are people that had lived their entire life through the peak of United States fucking economic hegemony. Like
Right.
we're the fucking we've been the economic powerhouse for these people's entire lives. They're like loss 3%.
Right.
Like that's how these people are reacting. So of course we are seeing a lot of the support from the senior citizens. It's okay. I don't think they'll be voting next election. If they do, it's probably going to be for Democrats because we know how that goes. Especially if they don't get a lot of these election integrity, bills and laws and stuff like that passed through. But yeah, the old fellers, they're not too happy with old Donald Trump. Yeah, you're gonna let the Russians win,
Hey, who gives a fuck, man? You know
right?
what I'm saying? Like, I wish he wouldn't even have fucking ran on the whole, like, if I was there, it wouldn't have happened. I'd be over 24 hours.
Right,
Dude, you should, I mean, come, dude. You know what I mean? Really, who gives a fuck? Just come in and cut off the spigot. Fuck off,
right,
man.
right.
You know what I mean?
You guys
Ungrateful
fucking
tranny.
have fun. Do what you do.
Right. Have a beautiful time. And they're like, dude, it's like the breadbasket of Europe. You know what I'm saying? Let them
Right.
deal with it, dude. I don't give a fuck.
But I do got to say the way that he's kind of dealt with it though has been pretty smart. At least he's going to recoup some of our fucking money if he goes over there and fucking rapes all their minerals from them.
Putin's not having it though, man. You see, he just bombed fucking Kiev, dude. Like,
Right.
just blew some shit up, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it comes after fucking Zelensky, basically shirking, a peace agreement or a ceasefire,
Right.
to some effect. But still, I think Putin's trying to ride it out, dude, because Rubio made the mistake of saying we'll walk away at some point if we don't come to an agreement. So they're like, okay, you know what
Yeah.
I
Like, that
mean?
works. Like, don't worry.
Yeah,
We write our own. Like, he's okay. He's okay.
right. I
Right.
wish you
So
guys wouldn't have fucking got involved to begin with, man. Have a good day.
right. So Russia, as you said, bombed Kiev on Friday. And Donald Trump immediately said, "What the fuck are you doing, Putin?" So he took to Twitter and basically the deal is that Ukraine, they're going to give us their minerals, which of course is going to establish a United States presence in Ukraine, which would essentially provide them securities of sorts, right? Meanwhile, Russia is going to keep Crimea, Crimea is going to remain with Russia, and that's about the way that it's going to go.
And
According to
The Donbass, they're going to keep that too.
right, right.
They're going to have
Basically,
to.
what Russia's taken, they're keeping. Because that's basically the way that it kind of goes in the actual real world. Finders keepers, losers weepers, in a sense. Yeah, Russia, they took that. They took those areas. They took yo shit. That is what it is.
Yep. And you don't know what to believe. It's the 3 minutes of hate and absolute fucking war fog propaganda. But I'm sure you heard. Apparently, Russia's kidnapped thousands of fucking Ukrainian kids,
Mm,
and they're saying that they're orphans. That their parents should have been killed, their families have been killed in this war, and like they're trying to find other family members. Yada yada. You want to, but then on the other side, they're like, no, they're trying to indoctrinate these kids to basically be, Russian aligned Ukrainians and stuff, man. Like the
right.
long game, dog. And well, obviously we don't support Putin. We're America first, right? So fuck Putin's, fuck Zelensky, whatever, right? But if they're actually doing that, dude, that's some seriously heinous shit, man. That's pretty sick, dude. Be kidnapping kids.
So if they're doing it over some generational type stuff, again, they're not killing the kids. They're just fucking they're denazifying them.
Right.
As Putin would put it. Ultimately, don't give a fuck. I just want my fucking money back. We're taking your
Yeah,
fucking
I don't want to
minerals.
be
We're getting out
involved
of
either
there.
way.
you know,
Exactly. Yeah,
fuck it.
exactly. Some
If
economic
Ukraine becomes
hitman
Russia
shit.
in 20 years, so be it. Good riddance. We got our fucking minerals out of there. That's the only thing I fucking give a shit about. Like, fuck it, dude. Like, you sign that fucking deal. We're taking those fucking minerals one way or the other. That's the way that it's going to be. We fucking spent
Yep.
billions and billions of fucking dollars on you guys. We're getting some of that fucking shit back because you guys fucking lost. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, totally fucking agree, man. And as far as them going forward, how the whole trope is, well, if they take Ukraine, they're going to move into Poland, and like these other countries are already in the fucking UN, dude. Like they're not going to move forward. That would trigger Article 5. That would warrant full military fucking reaction. Like I don't see that happening. Like even if they took all of Ukraine, that's all they're going to do. They're not going to move forward, which is a place historically was part of Russia, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? For quite a long period of time.
Yep. Yep. And if they do, we'll fucking melt those golden fucking domes, buddy. Fucking drip them right on your forehead, man. That's the way it's going to go.
I mean, I don't think that would be any kind of slouch, right? I really don't believe that Russia is even really began to fight in this war. I mean, they've really held back, and you can say, heinous acts, blown up so many people, what have you. Yep, that's all horribly fucking disgusting. But at the same time, this is the most nuclear armed country on the planet, and they have tacticals. They have shit that's able to be fired from the ground and stuff. Like, you don't even need to be large scale bombs.
Right. Well, at the same time, too, that's also like saying, yeah, dude, but this guy has like 50 explosive vests. Like, you really probably only get to use like one or two of them.
Right.
I don't know how you'd get to use the second one. Maybe fucking pull the pin and throw it at somebody. But for the most part, you only get one shot at a suicide vest, and that's pretty much what a nuclear fucking weapon of these magnitudes ends up being.
I mean, tacticals are different. That's like taking out city blocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
instantly,
But
fucking vaporized.
nonetheless, again, America operates off of what the public will, the consent of the governed. So if we could use that word, Russia has just hit us with a tactical nuke. America's going to say, fucking blow them off the map. Doesn't matter if it's like it took out one city block. Like they said, nuke, fucking bomb them.
Right. I mean, they're not. I mean, those weapons aren't large enough to like send here or anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like like tacticals are decently close range as far as that's concerned. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm definitely not saying it would be one of our city blocks, but in the Ukraine's, yeah.
But nonetheless, just saying that another nation used a nuke, just that word in general is going to fucking have Americans like bomb them before they blow up the rest of the world. Fucking wipe them off the map before they wipe off the
They're
rest.
like,
Before
blow
they
up the
blow
world before they blow up the world, man.
up. Pretty much. Like I say, that's it. They have 50 fucking suicide vests. What are you gonna do, man? You only get to use it once. Like, yep. Yeah. So I mean, again, it really also depends too, because I mean, again, each thing like that is going to lead to further and further escalation, which of course tends to get
Exactly,
out of
dude.
control, or comes to reach a punctuation point where everything just okay. Let's stop, guys. Fucking yeah, fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki are gone. Like we got to stop, you guys. times, everybody, we're quitting. Like we're all quitting. Like
Yeah, it's just gonna get worser, man. Yeah,
yep,
dude. I mean, but at the same time, do you think it's at that point where it can be dealt with through negotiation, or do you think it's gonna fucking continue regardless, man? Because it's pretty entrenched at this point. And
right.
like I said, I don't think Russia really gives a fuck. I think they know, like, even if Trump was to be, hard lined on shit, he's only got so much time, man.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, I hope that it's able to get negotiated out. Obviously, that's the best choice for everybody. That's the most beneficial to all people in the world. But I mean, there's still that possibility that it doesn't. Um, I don't know, man. Again, I don't think very many Russians want war with the United States or NATO or anybody else. So I don't. It really obviously Putin's trying to show that he ain't no punk, but at the same time, fucking let's not let the saber rattling get too carried away. Like let's not get to the point where we're stepping on each other's fucking toes and like, you know what, man, fuck you, we're going to war now. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
I've said it many times, dude. I think Russia being what the third largest economy on the planet, dude, is someone that you want to do trade with and shit.
right,
I mean,
right,
and people, the dictator. I mean, Putin is whatever. We deal with a lot of dictators. I mean,
yep,
again, like the trade war with China is because of how much fucking shit, how much trade we do with them. We rely on them for production and so on. And Xi's obvious dictator. I mean, didn't he just make himself like for life? Like I swear it was
right.
either he extended how long their president can be in office, or he just flat out was like, I'm president for life. I don't recall. It was a couple of years ago.
I don't know, based on some American propaganda videos that I've seen. I don't know if they're actually American propaganda videos, but they are pretty anti-China Chinese Communist Party. From what it seems, yeah, China's not doing too well. Like they're obviously losing this fucking trade war. I mean, obviously they're the maker, we're the consumer. If we say fuck you, we're gonna make our own shit. They really don't got nothing.
Yeah, they've already
Ultimately,
started furloughing workers and stuff, like because it's
right.
all government subsidized, and they
Ultimately we could consume from another fucking nation. We could
yeah,
consume from our own nation. Technically that'd be the most ideal, but yeah,
that's
fucking
gonna.
we
But again, that'll take time. I mean, you got to start
right,
ramping
but
up production and shit.
nonetheless the buyer, you generally has the power in this situation, and Xi's figuring that out pretty quick. His party's figuring that out pretty quick. The people of China are figuring that out pretty quick. And yeah, dude, it's you could only go so far until they end up fucking putting two in the fucking back of your head. Your own party. You're fucking seen it time and time again in fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but and when countries start to economically crumble, what's the answer always? They go to fucking war, bro.
Fucking yep, yeah. So again, that's uh we do have the, like I say, the perfect storm for fucking World War III right here. We do have all the ingredients are there. It's all just a matter of, are we gonna fucking cook the soup or not? Of course the hope is that we don't. Like it's how about we just take our fucking shit and we go home. You guys take your shit, you go home. You guys take your shit, you go home. Like
Right.
that'd obviously be the best thing for everybody. But
It
again,
would be, but I don't think I don't see Russia giving up anything.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Um, yeah. Again, I don't either, but that's what I'm saying. That's why if the whole deal is fucking like, okay, you keep the stuff that you guys have taken. You keep everything that you have control over right now, and we're going to take the minerals out of Ukraine. After that, we're out of here. You guys
Right,
had
yeah, but at
fucking
the same time,
bygones be
like,
bygones.
there's dreams of grandeur on the other side. I mean, you got Zelensky recently coming out like, "We want Crimea back and shit," and it's like, that's not even part of the negotiation. That wasn't even
Right,
on the table, man. You know
right,
what I mean? They took that shit 11 years ago, dude. Like,
right.
that's
At
gone.
the same time, they don't have cards, they don't have chips. Like they've been fucking
Right.
dealt out. Like you guys are spectators now. Like you guys aren't in this game anymore. Like you're a fucking spectator. That's about it.
Yeah, to an
In terms of
extent,
Zelensky.
unfortunately, you still gotta have Zelensky sign off on that as long as that dude's in power there, man. And
Right,
then, anytime that, he starts to step in that direction, you see, the likes of the fucking ever slimy Keir Starmer and shit, all of a sudden he's with him and, we gotta press forward with this war. We gotta fight to the end. There's no way that, Putin's gonna keep his end of the bargain if it comes to a ceasefire or any kind of peace deal. Like, he's gonna keep fucking taking land regardless of anything the United States says, so he's always trying to blackpill the situation, man.
right.
If anyone needed to be removed from the situation, it would be those two, Keir
Yeah.
Starmer and fucking goddamn Zelensky, man.
Yep, that's what I say, man. Fucking make them spectators. You like I say, what's the other option that we have? Oh yeah, we could just leave. How do you think that's gonna fucking turn out for you?
Yeah,
Like
and
I say,
especially with the UK government and the fucking EU have said blatantly, like, we can't win this without the United States. Like, we could fund and shit like that, but a war with Russia we won't be able to win. Like, they know.
right? Like I say, it's really a negotiation between the United States and Russia right now. Like,
Yeah, they got shit militaries. I mean, and that's not talking shit about their soldiers. It is what it is. It's they have shit militaries in comparison because they've spent all their money on fucking immigrants and jailing their fucking citizens for Facebook posts, and meanwhile relying on us to do all the defense, man. And like JD said in the so-called signal leak, I'm tired of bailing these motherfuckers out, man.
right. So another thing that Putin does have in his pocket is one thing that he does know about Trump. He knows Trump doesn't want a war. Trump doesn't want to be. He wants his legacy to be the guy that ended wars. He wants his legacy to be the guy that never got us in new wars. And so far he's been pretty good on that. We don't call them wars anymore, man. We call them strikes now.
Right. Yeah, he's blowing up some Houthis and shit. But
Right,
just today, he came out and said he won't let Netanyahu push him into war with Iran. So I mean that's a good sign because there was a
right,
lot of people, like that's the next move he's being pushed to. Like, it seems like that's not the case at all. He said he's willing to meet with the Iranian government if he has to go around Israel in the negotiations.
right. So again, like I said, it all goes back to that. He doesn't want fucking to get the United States involved in any wars. And when you have something solid like that, that's a something that you could fucking leverage. That's a thumb screw that you could turn. Especially if you're somebody like Putin. Again, his options are either basically take the parts that they've taken and then be at peace with the United States and have trade with the United States for the first fucking time in forever, and be part of the world economy. That's option one. Option two is wait until fucking Zelensky fucks things up by trying to go ahead and fucking like, no, we will never surrender, and America just gets fed up with Zelensky and just says, you know what, go fuck yourself then. In which case,
Right.
then he takes all of them, and then he takes all of Ukraine. So I mean, basically, his options, Putin's prizes right now are either one, all of Ukraine if Zelensky pisses off America to the point we just tell him to go fuck off, or two, he gets the Crimea and the Donbass land bridge, and he gets to bring his country into a world trade.
Yeah, man.
So ultimately, I
Or
don't.
go ahead and get die. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Because I imagine that he'd either flee to France or be gobbled up if we were to walk away.
right, yeah, yeah. It's not gonna look good for that guy, man. Fucking but yeah, ultimately, like I say, those are. I don't think Putin wants war with the United States or a world war or nuclear war or any of that either. But I don't also think that, like I say, he's weighing these two options right now, and is, he could puff out his chest to the United States, or he could fucking puff out his chest fucking basically in either direction right now. And either way, he wins in a sense,
Yeah.
That's why I say our best bet. Tell Zelensky to go fuck himself. We're taking our fucking minerals, and you guys have a nice fucking day.
Smells later, man.
Right? We'll be in your
Hasn't
country
been
for,
that
for
good of a time.
we'll be in your country for the next 2 decades. After that, I don't know. you know, but yeah,
Yeah.
shit. We need those motherfucking mineral rights. Like I say, we've spent fucking
That's old
billions and
school. That's
billions
old
over
school
there.
fucking economic hitman shit. And I don't even think we'd need a couple decades.
Right.
Maybe one. You
Right.
know what
We
I
can
mean?
get that
Just
shit out in
come
one.
in and drain the joint like fucking, goddamn movie, bro. A fucking, horrible
Yep.
utopia.
And then, of course, we win fucking economically. We got our fucking money back, at least to an extent, and then two, those minerals are fucking more valuable than money right now, especially when it comes to the fucking technology race that's taking place in the world right now as well. AI
Man.
and all that shit.
Right.
So, I
That's
mean, I
what you
guess,
need. AI and energy production, dude. That's the two most fucking important components of the future at this point.
yep. So it's really just, Donald Trump and Putin divvying up fucking Ukraine right now and deciding how we're going to keep peace.
Yep, but also, you love to hear, the left screaming with anything that they can fucking latch onto with this situation, as always. And their thing with this now is, Trump's going to lift sanctions on Russia, if they agree to. And why would Trump do that? His whole thing is trying to push up fucking, the value of the dollar, energy production, so on. And we're trying to sell all this fucking LNG to Europe, especially Germany and France. And why would he do that?
Right.
I mean, just I think that's asinine. I don't see that being in the cards at all. I don't even think that's been thought of as a part of the package. Maybe by Putin, could have even been proposed, but
All
I
right.
think Trump would laugh at that
Yeah.
instantly.
Say, no, you're getting the tariffs too, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna sell billions to Germany, bro, not you, dog.
Right.
Settle down now.
Yep. So yeah, man, like I said, it's things are going good. It's at the same time there's still all the fucking right fixins for something really bad to pop off in the world because of course there's China, man. Let's talk about China for a little bit and basically how Donald Trump's tariffs have kind of isolated China. Was it? I think China pulled back some tariffs on some U.S. goods, just like today or yesterday or something like that. So we're starting to see basically both sides. Obviously, Donald Trump kind of knew in advance what the outcome was going to be, but Xi Jinping thought that with his paper dragon fucking suit, he could sit there and like, oh no, you do like we could build alliance with Japan and South Korea, and Japan and South Korea like. No, we didn't. Who the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, you asshole!
Right.
And then he's like, "Oh, actually, we go to a Cambodia and a Pakistan." Like, nope, we didn't sign any deals with you guys. Like, oh no, we big trade partner with India, BRICS nations, and India's like, fuck off. We actually just signed a new deal with Trump. Like, so yeah, I
Right.
mean, China's fucking knocking everywhere, and everyone's just like,
And how does that function,
yeah,
dude? Signing these massive trade deals with these countries that are part of BRICS, like India. I mean, obviously India is part of the goddamn name, but yet they're restructuring trade deals with us and shit. It's almost like double sided, man. They're playing both sides.
right. Nonetheless, it's a complete fucking repoliticalization of the entire world right now. It seems, like we were talking about, we're seems like we're moving from a globalist world order into a civilizationalist world order. Where basically,
Right, but the
you guys have
empire's
your
still
part of the
fighting
world.
back. I mean, you see all these right
Oh
wing
yeah,
figures, politically getting jailed and being brought up on charges and shit.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I say, they're not going down without a fight, but nonetheless, basically, that's what the tea leaves are reading right now.
Yeah, and again, with going down without a fight. What about old Klaus's, dude?
Right. Yep, that motherfucker. He resigned, right, or stepped down.
Yeah,
Yep.
step down, but they're bringing out fucking investigation for corruption and fraud, embezzlement, basically. Spent taking lavish vacations, and his wife as well. and labeling it as business aspects, making the foundation pay for it, and getting massages, and so on and so on. I mean, this
Right.
dude's obviously a fucking villain. I mean, you just look at him and
Right.
everyone said that, and then you read his shit, his quotes, his book, whatever, and he's Lex Luthor, man.
Right. So I mean, hopefully that motherfucker gets investigated too. But nonetheless, fucking all the litigation and shit that would be involved with it, dude. He'd fucking probably be long dead before any of that shit ever gets hashed out. So all we'd fucking
Right.
really get is a boogeyman. That's all we really get. Especially if those whole globalist systems end up collapsing. Because obviously it looks like the rats are fleeing the ship, and basically they're just trying to find someone to fucking be left holding the bag.
Well, they just put the ex CEO of Nestle, the guy that said that water isn't a human right, in charge of the WAF in his place. And I don't know if you've seen his picture, but absolute lizard. Like I think with that guy, he's given up on trying to cover it up, man. I mean, he's got a for real reptile eye, and he's for real, bro. He's pretty villainish looking.
Let me see if I could find it.
Yep, but new head of the WEF should come right up.
Fucking hey, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's
What I mean.
take a look, fellas.
That's like an old fucking cut scene out of the V fucking franchise.
Right. What the fuck happened to him, man?
Right.
You got
His
knocked the
skin
fuck
suit's
out.
slipping. Someone saw it and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna run with it, man."
Right. Yeah, that's pretty creepy, man.
Right,
Yeah,
Edgar.
that's the new head of
Edgar,
the
your skin
WEF.
is falling off.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty horrifying, man. But again, right, you'd expect nothing less. But like I said, it does seem like the world is shifting, especially with everything going on, ever since COVID and shit. It's basically it's been a whole new ball field, it seems,
If we can run
in
with it
terms
this
of
time and
global
not
politics.
let people get lulled back into complacency, and and especially with we want a golden era, even if the economy did suddenly just fucking explode. I think that is almost bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, I want to reap the benefits of that just as much as anyone else, but that's just a lulling component. That's just to go ahead and go back to sleep. Everything's okay. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yep. It's gonna take a little bit of pain, man. A little pain never hurt nobody.
Right. Right.
Yep.
I mean, otherwise, you got a real possibility of not only the midterms, but at minimum, at the end of Trump's term, everything reverting right back.
Yep. Yeah, if I can. Yeah, that would suck, man. Like, fuck, dude, was this just a dream? Like, did that really happen?
Right. Like I said, especially with Congress not codifying any of his EOs or pushing forward the agenda, man.
Yep. Yeah, if I can. Yeah, like I say, he's got to kind of hopefully lead by example. I mean, he's still got fucking 3.5 more years, so we'll have to see how it ends up playing out.
Yeah, if we can hold on for the midterms, I mean, we could be golden, man. Everything
Yep.
could be fucking decently on track.
Yep. So nonetheless, he's got a pen and I don't give a fuck attitude. So win or lose, he's gonna win.
But 700 injunctions later.
Right. Fucking hey, man, dude, it's really just like you like can you guys get anything actually done? Like you guys, like, how the fuck do you guys actually do anything, man? You guys literally just sit there and fucking fight each other on with political injunctions. Like, fuck,
Right.
it doesn't make any fucking sense. How do you guys do anything? Oh, that's right, you don't. You know, you guys just take our money and then fucking all these fucking programs and shit. Like I say, I bet they didn't even fucking have a transgender fucking play down there in Colombia. They took our money for it. I didn't hear nothing about that. Right?
Yeah.
I wonder, dude. Like, fucking dude? We heard about all this outrageous shit, like fucking promoting, gay male on male sex seminars in South Africa. Like, I'm pretty sure that would have probably fucking made some like fucking news or something. I'm pretty sure you'd probably be able to look some of that shit up. Like, fucking, did they really actually do that? Like, doesn't look like it. It looks like they just fucking sent the money for shit that they randomly fucking named off. Like, fuck it. It's the fucking gay effects of cocaine on frogs and other animals in intersex species. Fuck it. $1 million. Cool. Right in my pocket.
I mean, it's the same thing, when they say that they sent, $180 million to a specific African, country, what have you, and it was to build housing, and they built a basketball court.
Right.
Like that's all fine and dandy, but where the fuck's the rest of the money, man?
Yeah, you guys laid one foundation. You didn't even put up any walls. You put a fucking hoop. That's it.
Right.
Right.
Like there's not even two. It's not even a full court, man.
Right. You guys want to sit here and bitch about you? Elon Musk could fucking end world hunger with that $44 billion he spent on Twitter. Like, you guys couldn't do it with fucking 35 trillion. What the fuck you talking about?
I mean, you see when people actually put their money where their mouth is and do it themselves, like Akon or even the gay ass Mr. Beast, man. I mean, they've actually supplied water and housing and electricity to like thousands of fucking people. Where entire governments apparently aren't capable of fucking even building a road, let alone real infrastructure. You know what I mean?
Right. But then you also see, man, some of these places that they do that at, they fucking turn into prostitution dens and crack houses, and motherfuckers end up selling them like as soon as the fucking people stop filming. Like, a lot of that stuff really does. It's not fucking, again, the problem with fucking, homelessness and poverty and hunger and shit like that isn't a lack of food or a lack of housing or a lack of, clothing, things like that. It's just lack. It's just lack mentally, It's just people not giving a shit. It's people don't
it's the bell
have
curve,
purpose
man.
anymore. Right.
I mean, really, and I understand it. I don't even want my money to do that. People can, you don't have empathy. That's not the case at all. But at the same time, like it's 2025. Like we're building fucking AI supercomputers that people are putting in porno robots and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I mean, you don't have running water. Like, what the? I mean, obviously, at some point, money, like you said, is not the issue. It's just fucking lack of know-how, drive, IQ. I mean, a combination of all, whatever you want to call it, man. It's just it is what it is.
Yep. I mean, it's sad, but nonetheless, a lot of these,
Look
people
at it like the
that's
untouched tribes, man. Like there's tribes in the world that are basically untouched, and we go to great lengths to leave them alone, let them do their thing. Look at that part of the planet like that, man. Like you're
right.
never gonna change shit. Just let them do their thing, man.
Yep. That's what I say, man. Fucking moving toward a civilizationalist fucking world,
Yeah.
Just fucking leave people alone, man. Let fucking other people of the other part of the world do what the fuck they want to do. Let us do what the fuck we want to do over here. You don't fuck with us. We ain't gonna fuck with you. Like, hey, you guys want to fucking trade some shit? Cool. Sounds good. We got these fucking ships that we're building now.
Like, sure, we'll buy some beads, bud.
Right. Hey, do you guys got bananas over there too? You guys growing bananas? Send them up. Need all of
You've
that.
exploited your children and collected a bunch of precious metals? Sure, we'll buy them, man.
Right? Welcome to world trade, guys. As a first world nation, tell you what, man. Yep. But I mean, ultimately, just fucking shit, leave people alone, even if they don't want to trade with us. Cool, man. Fucking have a good one. We're gonna be trading with your neighbors. You're about to become fucking filthy rich and probably end up destroying their lives. Right. They're about
like the Aborigines, dude, in Australia.
Right.
Like they're fucking like they lived for fucking a millennia, dude, in health and it flourished. And then white man move in, and all of a sudden they got fucking heart disease, diabetes, and fucking. You know what I'm saying? We're like, man, we introduced them to fucking Pepsi and shit.
Right.
That's cool, man. First world problems, bro.
Yeah.
First world problems don't work out too well in the third world, man.
Fuck, what was that fucking that tribe that they gave internet and cell phones to, and they just all ended up getting fucking addicted to porn? That was a real thing that happened.
Yeah,
man.
that was a couple years ago. I remember,
Yeah.
dude, when we were fucking working together, bro. That's fucking
Yeah, dude. They all got fucking addicted to porn. Like it was like bad. Like it was a fucking detriment to that entire fucking like society, man. Like
right. All their kids were completely corrupted and shit. They just fucking
Yeah,
just
some
staying in
people-
the hut today, Dad.
Yeah, and he's really been taking a shit quite a lot lately.
What up, Rexton on the old Juice's tubes? Thanks for coming by. Was good, buddy.
That's good, man. God bless you. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, ultimately, just kind of leave people alone, man. Let them do what they do. Let them suffer the way that they fucking suffer. Let them fucking thrive the way that they thrive. Like, we don't got to fucking, solve all the fucking world's problems. I mean,
Right, your house
ultimately,
isn't like mine doesn't mean shit, dude.
right,
Yeah, it means your neighbor lives differently than you do. Like,
right.
ooh,
Most of the country, most of the world looks at us and like, those guys are insane. Look at this.
yeah,
They are those vaulted
fat
ceilings
bastards.
wasteful.
Yep.
You could have like 4 families in that one living room right there. Like, you guys, unbelievable Americans. That's the way we want to fucking live. Like, fuck it. That's
Yeah,
what we do.
if I'm willing to pay for it, who gives a fuck?
Right. They can keep your government hands off of it. Yep. Talk about the left fucking the Democrat civil war taking place right now.
Sure.
So apparently it's the out with the old and in with the fucking psychotic woke communist ideologues. So of course there's the people on the left, the James Carvilles, basically the old guard, or not fucking James, what's fucking,
Yeah, you got it. Old, yep,
yeah,
Carvel. The
okay, yeah,
raging Cajun, man.
that's the guy, man.
Goddamn lizard face.
Right. So, like the old guard fucking, Democrats, the people that think it's still the 60s and that they're out here fighting the power, man. Meanwhile, they're like the power, man. There's those sorts of Democrats. And then there's also the new psychopathic woke Democrats.
You gotta burn the joint down.
Right. Fucking burn everything down. America was never a good place. America was never great. Like you got that fucking Democrat.
No one should have guns but police. The police are racist.
Right. So, based off of simple mathematics, the insane woke generation is in their young 20s to late teens, stuff like that, in their mid 30s even, and then the old guard Democrats are like in their like 60s and like 70s and 80s and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious who's going to end up winning that out in the long run, but yeah, nonetheless, there's a bit of a some civil strife taking place within the Democrat Party right now. As of course, David Hogg is yeah, you really gotta laugh every time. David Hogg, man, the fucking the Parkland school
Skinny
shooting
little
guy,
fella.
right? The anti-gunner fucking guy. Yeah, he's the head of the DNC chair.
He's the co-chair, yeah, or
Okay,
co-assistant chair or some shit.
Right, he's assist pimping, but he's basically threatening to they're going to use some of that Democrat fucking money to go ahead and primary out some of these older Democrats. Fuck, dude, I wish some of those fucking Republicans had some fucking nuts to do something like that, dude. Get rid of some of these old fucking dinosaurs that ain't doing shit, and just, again, like the people that we were talking about earlier, man, the people just sitting there taking up space in the fucking party and just like, oh, I don't want things to change, man. Like, I like the old politics where I just got paid to fucking do nothing. Like, I like that, like, I don't like getting fucking death threats and shit. Like, I'd rather just get paid a whole lot of money and not make any waves. Like, but fucking let's primary out some of those people. But either way, that's what seems to be going on with the Democrat Party right now. How do you think it's going to work out for them? You think they're going to end up rebranding, get a new generation? Especially, again, everything really does kind of ride on how this Trump presidency plays out.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think they have to. Obviously, people are fucking dying off and retiring and shit like that. Like I mentioned earlier, you have at least 5 or 6 Democrats that have announced they're not going to run for re-election. One of which, Dick Durbin, the second highest ranking Democrat in the Senate. So and he's actually in a black. He represents a primarily black area in Chicago. So I mean, if he was primaried, he'd lose. I mean, that's why he just came out and said, shortly after that announcement from David Hogg, he's out. You'd love to see these 80-year-olds go out, but then you don't want to exchange them for fucking 25-year-old lunatics, right? And let's not forget how this dude's name, which is the Parkland shooting, which he was not at. Okay, but
Right.
then saw
Right.
the on the
Fucking
news that there
hopped
was
on his Schwinn.
newscast down there. Yep, jumped on his bike and rode down there and jumped in front of the camera and was screaming about disarming the country. And that's how
Right.
you know who this dude is. He's a fucking straight up shyster. Apparently, he's already been caught up in a scheme where he was diverting some of donations to the DNC to his private PAC, which makes you think that he believes he's probably going to run for some sort of office at some point. Apparently, his dad was pretty wrapped up in the deep state, so
Mhm.
this is a creepy little fella to begin with. But one thing I agree with him on is the whole changeover. We need that, but more for like you said, our what would be our own party. I mean, the Thunes, right? Our leaders in the Senate and shit, right? They should already be fucking retired, man. Um,
Right.
you know, so what? I actually agree with the dude on that, but it is an inner war, and you see who, the establishment, as far as that's concerned, they would like a Newsom Harris ticket or some shit like that. But the left now is being courted by the fucking stop the oligarchy store, and there's a lot of people that think that AOC can win, man.
Right.
And
Speaking of which,
dude, I mean, JD's pretty fucking sharp and shit like that, but I don't think he has like the same kind of like cult of personality, crowd appeal, what have you. Is even AOC. You hate to say it because she's a complete stooge, but she can just spout some lies and in some weird accent, and the fucking lobotomized seals will clap along, man.
right. These memes are actually kind of saying everything that you're saying right there, man. They can put on their horse face, fucking get Karl Marx to fucking crack her on the ass real quick, and just
Right.
you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, man. So yeah, AOC and what is it? AOC and Gavin Newsom are pretty much like tied neck and neck, right? I think it's those two.
I don't
I
know, and
could be
Gavin's
wrong.
trying hard to rebrand, man, as a fucking moderate. I
Yeah,
mean, that's his whole gig right now, his whole shtick. He's not even governing California. He's
right.
busy trying to launch lawsuits and run a podcast.
Got a fucking podcast, man.
Right.
Yeah, our fucking state almost burnt down last
Mhm.
year, man. But fucking got to start a podcast now. Like, no, we haven't refilled the fucking reservoirs that were empty because we're still trying to save the fishes, man. But got me a podcast now.
Yeah, and I hate the fucking, the conservative ink fucks, that are going on his show and giving this dude, more clout than he deserves. I mean, this, we're talking about Nosferatu here. I mean, this dude's destroyed California. The place is full of homeless and feces on the sidewalk. And they're going on his podcast and helping him in his transition, publicly. So, like
Right,
Charlie Kirk, for instance, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing that for? Like, Charlie's got a pretty big platform, and his whole stick with it was, we got to open up minds and we're going to be talking to people that normally might not hear the show. I understand that, dude. Gaining followers and clicks and shit's all good, buddy. But, you're giving this dude too much of a platform with that, he shouldn't have, dude. He shouldn't even,
right.
that guy should be irrelevant at this point, man.
Yeah, let me actually see what's going on with the whole new scum. Because yeah, I mean, ultimately, the thing with Charlie Kirk is he's all like, oh, well, we need to try and bring more people in. Like, yeah, not this fucking asshole. Like,
Right. Yeah, and not
yeah.
not the
So
crowd that's following his fucking podcast. Like it's gonna be a bunch of shitbags. Everything you say, regardless if it's logical or not, it's gonna be that's fascism. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's racism. That's fucking religious extremesies.
right. So let's see. Newsom once championed the Latinx label. Now he ridicules it. Let's see. This is oh yeah, Charlie Kirk. After telling me that no one in his office ever used the term Latinx, CNN put together a brutal compilation of Gavin Newsom personally and repeatedly using the phrase, "If you'll lie like this directly to my face on camera." Right. So again, yeah, that's obviously the thing is, I mean, with these Democrats, that's all they do is rebrand. Like we were talking about earlier, they have no actual platform. They have their platform is whatever's going to get them elected. Like that's it, And for a good while that has been the saying the woke thing. If I can say it, say the fucking the latest trend and shit. That's been working for a while, but Gavin Newsom looks like he's starting to uh see that that trope is becoming stale. So it looks like he might be trying to turn over a new leaf, but nonetheless, the only reason he's trying to turn over a new leaf is because he's realizing that, oh, that one's not going to work no more. Time to rebrand, become somebody new.
Yeah. These cats that are going on here are giving him talking points and shit to run on. Basically, I mean, they're feeding him ideas. This is like a
Right.
fucking test group, and with unknowing participants that think of, we're gonna get more followers with this. No, like, dude, I'm like, I voted for Trump, and I think Charlie Kirk is insufferable. You know what I'm saying? So, do you think some leftist that already has a preconceived notion that he's also a Nazi on top of that's gonna fucking you're gonna sway some cat because you had a chat with Nosferatu, dude? You know
Do you
what I
think
mean?
do you think he could be trying to do the fucking Democrat strategy of Pied Pipering and the candidate that they know is they have the most shit on? Because of course, AOC, yeah, she's a horse face. She's fucking young. This yada yada yada. You could say what you want about her and stuff like that, but nonetheless, Gavin Newsom has ran a state into the fucking ground since day one of him fucking
Right.
becoming governor. Like literally, all you have to show is his charts from when he took over California. Show all the fucking fires. Show all the natural disasters. Show all of the fucking people that have left since he took over. Like we have a fucking treasure trove fucking like, yeah, this is what you really want to elect if Gavin Newsom does end up getting the nomination, as
Yeah.
opposed to AOC, all we have is her voting record in Congress. That's it.
Well,
That's all she's been.
I mean, absolutely no comparison, like on the scale that you just spoke on with Nosferatu, but AOC's a job killer. Like
Right.
she's voted in state against her constituents' fucking better interests repeatedly, and is personally responsible for killing tens of thousands of jobs.
I agree. Like I said, she's no better, but nonetheless, in terms of optics
No,
and
like you said, there's absolutely no
snapshots
comparison.
and sound
No,
bites,
no
that's
comparison as far as pure scale goes. Like you said, he destroyed an entire state. Started off destroying, a fucking city, and then moved on to the whole state. You know what I
right.
mean?
Only cleaned it up one time, and that was to impress Xi Jinping. Like, yeah, like I
And
said,
told you about it and laughed in your fucking face while doing it, dude. You know
right,
what I
man.
mean? Then you retards let him fucking, slide through a recall.
Like I
Good
say, man,
job, man.
stuff
Really
like
doing
that,
it.
dude. Like stuff like that is going to fucking murder you in a presidential election. That's going to bury you. Whereas opposed to AOC, she voted against her constituency. Like, dude, that's the fucking same played out, fucking like, oh, once this commodity voted for this in Congress. Like it's the same thing that's been played out. People don't actually pay attention to those. People don't like
Right.
in terms of the mass public, I mean,
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
people pay attention to
Definitely.
the bills and stuff like that. But in terms of the general public, fuck, dude, what do you think's gonna sell more? Or what do you think's going to disrupt their campaign more? Like, she voted this way on this, or he burnt down the entire fucking state, fucking crashed the economy,
Right.
had mass exodus, only cleaned the place up to impress a Chinese communist dictator. Like again, snapshots and sound bites. See, he could be trying to fucking prop up Gavin Newsom because he knows Gavin Newsom is the easy fucking mark.
But it wasn't just him, I just use that as the example, because
Right,
he's, to me, again, insufferable. But he's done a lot for, like
right,
getting
right.
Trump elected, shit like that. I give him
Yep.
credit. But Steve Bannon's been on there, and you know what I mean. Like there's some pretty decent fucking names that has appeared on this podcast thus far. Way
Right.
more than Big Mike's, that's for damn sure. But
Right.
like, to me, it's just you're helping the guy out. And like, you could be right, it could be strategic, but man, I don't know. I hate to think that way because I believe that the left would support fucking Newsom. I think that they would vote for him, doc. I
But
mean,
at the same
just like
time,
they have repeatedly in California.
look who's doing this motherfucking hit piece on him right here, though. That's CN to the motherfucking N, the Democrat fucking
All right, that's
propaganda
actually old though, dude.
platform.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
Yeah,
it
that's actually old though. Yeah, fucking. I actually posted that fucking man quite a while ago, like 6 months ago, probably. I
yeah?
know the exact clip. Yeah.
Not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx. I'm
So,
like,
so can we
what
finally
the-
put that to
Yep.
bed?
yeah,
Great.
but what did that even
No
do?
more
Yeah.
I'm like,
Latinx.
So
anymore.
it's
well, I just
from
didn't
March
even know where it
6th.
came from.
No,
Like,
yeah,
what did
this
you-
part right here
There was
with
a person who was
fucking
Latinx. It was actually
Charlie
a really
Kirk.
important person. It was him.
Yeah.
but the
Right?
CNN
Yeah, that's right. And look,
montage has
these
been
are
around
minor
for a
shifts. These
minute,
are
dude.
progressive issues that Gavin Newsom used to
Yeah.
champion until
But I mean,
fairly
at least
recently, and
this
now he's not
this one
just
right here looks like
walking
it
away
just
from
came
them.
out. It's
He's whenever that
came
clip
out March
about
24th.
Latinx in this.
Either way, let's see.
Chopping up, can't hear you.
But yeah, ultimately, I mean that could be a possibility.
Right.
Yep. But yeah, ultimately, I mean that could be a possibility. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
mean,
all right,
but
man.
the oligarchy tour is too much, dude. That's hilarious. You know, fucking Sanders and her riding around in fucking
Right.
private jets talking about stop rich people, man. Like, dude,
Fight
fuck.
oligarchy.
Yeah.
Brought
And
to you by
how long's
Pfizer.
AOC been in now? Hasn't even been that long, right? Like 5
Right.
years or something, 6 years or some shit.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
anyway, you know, she's worth fucking millions of dollars. Like, came from a bartender and now she's worth millions of dollars, making six figures, bro. Like, the oligarchies is
AOC was first elected. And of course, October 13th. Oh, born now. That's her birthday. I was gonna say since 1989. Fuck, man, she's been in there a long time. Is an American politician and activist who has served since 2019. So yeah,
6 years. Yep.
2019. Yep. So I mean, yeah, ultimately, yeah, she's got the youngest record. I mean, one thing that has been, you know, part of the political sphere, you know, especially since Joe Biden, is fuck, dude, these people are too fucking old, man. And of course, that's the thing that they're trying to use against Donald Trump after fucking dinosaur Joe Biden dropped out and
Right.
Kamala took over. Like, oh, we need to get somebody young in there. So I think that sentiment is going to still kind of remain. Again, everything really does kind of hinge on Donald Trump's performance over these next, you know, couple of years. But yeah, I think that you know, AOC probably has a better chance than Gavin Newsom. So I mean, I think that could be the whole thing, man. Just prop up fucking Gavin Newsom, fucking get him in there and fucking destroy him. You know,
It'll be a double ticket, man.
you're right. Fucking gay OC.
Yeah, man. Dracula and fucking Mark.
Right.
Where'd you do it?
Fucking A, man. Dracula's coming in riding on a fucking horse. But all right, man. Anything else you want to throw in before we get up out of here?
Well, of course, dude. Fucking everyone needs to start hitting up those Republican reps and cracking the whip, man. Like,
Right.
get these fools working. Tell them you want some shit passed.
Yep. Yeah, fucking shit, dude. Fucking, if you try and find out some people that are not doing their fucking job, and if you live in that area, try and find somebody to primary them, and make sure you guys vote in the primaries, man. Those things actually do, you know, kind of, you know, affect the way that things work here in the United States.
Put out the old call. I'll vote for anyone but you, Bobby.
Right. All right, man. Well, that'll about do it for us, man. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Our links are in the description below. And anything else you want to say?
Smell you later.
All right. Fuck off, guys. Peace.